This past year has been a really tough one. And unfortunately, we have all been stuck either at home or doing a lot more of the video calls on our computers. Now, I'm using a pretty expensive setup right now, a $2,000 camera attached to my computer that's allowing me to give you a very clean image. But what most of our images look like is this. This is the webcam right off of my laptop. It looks not so crisp and clean, but could we find a webcam that is going to make a bigger difference to give us a better quality image, as well as being a little bit more convenient with moving around as opposed to moving your entire laptop? I'm Ben, the Curious Consumer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Aver Media Live Streamer Cam 313. This camera is supposed to be, well, pretty good, and we're going to take a look at that in just a second. With a marketplace saturated with webcams right now, unfortunately, with the pandemic, all webcams have skyrocketed in price. The typical and most popular streaming webcam, the Logitech C920, has increased in price from a $59 price point to like over $200 at this point of me recording this video. Now, there have been some situations where those cameras have come down in price, or you have these no-name brand cameras that have come out, and they have all been lackluster. The Aver Media Live Streamer Cam 313 is supposed to be very similar to what the Logitech C920 camera was to a lot of people at an affordable price of $59.99 at the time of recording this video. Now, if you're interested in this camera, I will leave links in the description down below so you guys can take a look at that. So with that being said, let's take a look at the camera and what we get inside of the box. So here is the Aver Media Live Streamer Cam 313 box. It says it's a full HD camera. You can see the camera here. It looks pretty cool. It's got this barrel design with a actual privacy cover, which I actually really like. I think that's probably one of the best things they could have done for this camera. A lot of cameras don't offer that privacy little cover, but make sure if you have that privacy cover, make sure you understand that privacy cover only stops the video. It doesn't stop the audio. On the side here, we're going to go through some of the specifications. It is a USB 2.0 full HD webcam. It has a 2 megapixel sensor. It has a max resolution of 1080p, 30 frames per second with a fixed focus and dual microphones. So you should get a very good audio quality out of this camera. And you have a maximum cable length of 2 meters. On the back is a whole bunch of gibberish here. What you get inside the box is going to be your live streamer cam, as well as a quick start guide. And then there's a picture on this side. Upon opening this up here, I had to cut my little seal here. Once you open it up, you are greeted with this. If you need any help, definitely reach out to Aver Media before returning it to the store. And as you open it up here, you are greeted with the camera. Hello, camera. And this foam insert. Under the foam insert, if I can get that out here, we have our quick start guide. Inside the quick start guide is a whole bunch of good things to read about, like troubleshooting tips and each of the little components of the camera. What are they? And it comes in multiple languages. And we'll get into that. We don't really need this little thing here, but let's get to the camera itself. So here is our Aver Media Stream Cam. So if I pull that right out of the box here, you're going to see I've got my camera and I've got my long 2 meters of cable right here. USB 2.0, boom, and then your camera with the little slider. And that slider, again, is for privacy. It does have a swivel head, which is really nice. However, I do see this being an issue if you have a computer that's further away from where the camera is going to be located, because it will pull and possibly turn. It does have a 1/4-20 mount here on the bottom in case you want to put it on a tripod, or if you want to just hook it to the top of your monitor or your computer laptop screen, you could do that as well. I'm going to be doing that here, showing you the difference between the laptop camera and the Aver Media Live Streamer Cam 313. So let me just set this up. What you're going to need here is an open USB port on your computer. So you want to make sure that you clear out some of your USB ports. I know that we probably have a ton of things connected to our computers at home, maybe extra monitors, maybe extra microphones, maybe even a storage device or two. Make sure you clear out some of those, or get a USB extender so you can have multiple ports on your computer. So I'm just going to set my Aver Media Live Streamer Cam just underneath my camera that you see here. Now I put my camera on top of my laptop screen here in its position. We are going to go together. We're going to take a look online at the Aver Media's website. So we have to go to Aver Media's website to download the software. So you'll see here I've already pulled that up. If you go to AverMedia.com, AverMedia.com right here, that is where you're going to be going to download the software. You'll see here it says you can change the language and district. I'm English, so global. I'm just going to hit accept. So it's going to keep me on the main web page, and then we're going to go down to support. Click on support. There are a couple of things here. Sorry for the pop-up ads. There are a couple things here we can do. Number one, we can click this Assist Central, which is AverMedia's one tool to keep your software updated at all times. So I am going to download that. So I'm going to click here to download, and you'll see down here at the bottom, it is loading that into my computer. I'm also going to type in the name of our camera, which is the Live Streamer Cam 313. And I'm going to search for it. So that's going to pull up down here at the bottom. Once I hit search, it is going to pull up the software on the bottom, which is right here. So the PW313, and this is the most recent update for the software. It's from March 15th, 2021. It is going to give you the AverMedia CamEngine, and it's going to show you all the things that this camera will basically be able to do. So we are going to also download that software. So I am going to install the AverMedia software. I'm going to click on the Open File tab here. We will minimize, and that should just take a second to install. So it says here we have to install. This installer will install the AverMedia CamEngine on your computer. So we're going to hit Next. Accept the licenses. Put the destination folder wherever you want. In this case, I'm going to keep it on my main drive on my laptop. And I'm just going to hit Next. And it's going to go through its installation process. As soon as that installation process is complete, it's going to take an extra second. And there we are. We have successfully installed the CamEngine. Click Finish to exit the installer. Unplug your webcam from your computer and reconnect it, or continue your use, or to continue your use. I don't have it plugged in yet, so we're going to plug it in just a second. So I'm going to hit Finish, and I am going to plug in my AverMedia webcam right on the side into my USB port. There we go. And I'm going to go into the CamEngine. Let's see if this opens up. The camera is turning on, and as you can see already, the camera looks a lot better than this camera right here. So this camera looks really grainy. Let's see if I can kind of put these side by side. You can already see a huge difference. Let me just make this a bigger screen. And you can see there's literally like very little grain there. But let me move this out of the way. You can see the difference between the two already, and I haven't even adjusted any of the settings. So right here on the on this side, you see I have my webcam from my computer, and on this my integrated webcam. Sorry, let me rephrase. Integrated webcam from my computer, and on this side I have my AverMedia live streamer cam. Now, with that being said, let's just take a look at some of the software that we have going on. And I'm just going to also increase the window size so you can see maybe some of the differences that we get with the software. So the software itself is meant to allow you to adjust the camera settings. So you have your brightness scale, so I could turn that down. I can turn it up, which is like way blown out. I'm going to keep it right around like maybe 120. That looks good for me. And keep in mind, when you're trying to adjust these cameras, it's all going to come down to what your lighting setup is. I happen to have studio lights here, so I'm able to change what my lighting looks like. I would also probably recommend bringing the camera up a little bit higher as well. That's why when you look at a camera like this, it looks a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit higher. My face looks a little better, and it's not hidden by a microphone as much as this style of what it looks like. I can adjust my contrast. It's at 35 right now, but I can adjust my contrast, kind of give it a cool arty look. I'm going to go back to 35 because I think that looked good. My hue, I can change the coloring. So if I want to change it a little bit, like, I look a little green, I'm feeling sick. Or I'm going to look a little purple. I'm going to go back to 0 there because I don't want a hue going either way. Oh, Get there. There you go. Saturation is going to adjust like the, if it's warm. If I don't even remember what that was at. 40. Is there a default button here? Because I'd like that. So I could add a little bit more color to my face if my skin tones don't look correct, or if I wanted to add some sharpness, I could do that as well. You'll see here it says the sharpness of 5. That's not going to really, it's going to really get, if I want a little bit of background blur, if I want it to be really sharp in the background, you can do that. But as you can see, it also kind of messes with the grain in there. So those low light situations, you're going to see some of that graininess there. So that's what that's for. We can go to advanced settings as well. You've got your gamma, which will also change some of the coloring here. It was at 140 before. We'll keep it there. Our white balance is checked at 4600, but we can also uncheck that and make it changed. So if I wanted to add a little bit warmth, if I wanted to make it a little bit cooler, I could do that. Let's go back to where it was 40, was it 46? 4616 looks fine. I'll check it, leave it there. The backlight compressor, it's at 64, but backlight compressor will actually add more. It's lower exposure, gain, all that good stuff. Anti-flicker, yes, you want it to be about 60 hertz. That's pretty standard for most monitors nowadays. You could also add in some filters like skin tone and skin smoothing to make yourself look really nice. We're not going to get into that. And of course, we have some other effects. So I could actually, let's check and see what these effects are. I think it's only going to take a couple minutes, but I think you can add some different things to your face and have some fun with whatever you're doing with this cam, like some sunglasses, adding some of that stuff on there as well. So here we go. We can add some cool effects to our image here. So if I want to be a pig, I can click on enable the face effects, and for me, there we go. I'm a pig. I'm a pig right now. That's it. And I can just have fun. It uses a facial recognition software. Maybe I'm sitting a little too close. It's not 100% accurate, but it is kind of fun. You can have some fun with this, really. Hey, that looks like me, actually. You can have a little bit of fun with it. Let's put a mask on. Look like a cat. Meow, meow. But you see what I'm talking about here. There's a lot of stuff you could really do with this camera. You could use this on game streams. You could use it with OBS. You could use it with Streamlabs. You could use it with Microsoft Teams. You could use it with Zoom. This is a great alternative to the Logitech C920. And that's the AverMedia Live Streamer Cam 313 in a nutshell. It's a decent webcam alternative to things like the Logitech C920, and definitely a better quality webcam than what you're getting out of your laptop right now. So if you want to step up your game just a little bit for your next online meeting or online teaching class, the AverMedia Live Streamer 313 is a good alternative for about $59. Again, I'll leave links in the description below. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I am Ben the Curious Consumer, and I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a big thumbs up. It definitely helps out the channel. And of course, as always, stay curious. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.